The best of high school sports is right here. Live from Studio A in Yuma, Arizona. Friday Night Lights starts right now.
The playoff picture becomes clearer for some as the season stakes get even higher. Thank you for joining us for week number 9 of Friday Night Lights. I'm Rob Fram.
And I'm Cole Johnson. We begin tonight with a perennial matchup between two rival schools that could have a lot to say about who will win the Desert League title.
The rivalry has heated up over the last 6 years between the Vincent Memorial Scots and the Holtville Vikings, as the team that has won in that span of time has done so in the other team's backyard. So we present to you our marquee matchup between the Scots and the Vikings, as Vincent can stay unbeaten in Desert League play if the recent Road Warrior trend continues tonight. As you can see, the Vikings charging in and Vincent ready to go as well. We go to the first possession of the game. Quarterback Jacobo Elias trying to find Armando Apodaca. Instead, Fermin Velarde picks it off and takes it the other way, fighting through tacklers before finally being brought down after a 17-yard return. But the Scots would find a way to return the favor. Quarterback Spencer Hilfiker trying to hit Roger Wolf, but Max Escalante steps in front of it for the interception and then gets brought down by Seth Eiton. Both defenses off to a good start. Next Vincent Memorial possession, Elias trying to get something going, tucks the ball, rolls to the near sideline, and then finally gets brought down after a 20-yard gain. Later in the drive, Elias trying to go back to the pass game, but then he gets picked off again, this time by Peyton Eiton, who fights off a tackle attempt by an O-lineman, goes toward the other sideline before finally getting taken down after a 25-yard return, even though he probably ran closer to 50 yards on that play. The Vikings would capitalize. Hilfiker maneuvers in the pocket, tosses the rock to Rolf right in your living room for the first score of the game. The Vikes would get the 2-point conversion and take an early 16-0 lead. The game would get high scoring, but Holtville would prevail, 43-27.
All right, well, we stay in the Imperial Valley where the race for the IVL crown continues to intensify.
Three-time defending league champion Central is starting to hit its stride as the Spartans have won 2 in a row after their much-needed bye week, Cole.
Well, meanwhile, the Imperial Tigers are licking their wounds after a tough loss to Brawley last week, needing to win out the rest of the season and get a little help to have a shot at winning the program's first league crown in the David Shaw era. We take you out to Cal Jones Field for tonight's pivotal matchup. The Tigers looking to knock off the Spartans for the first time in 5 years. Central's opening possession, and they are on the move. Damian Rodriguez, he's going to throw this one to the end zone, overshoots Charlie Sullivan, and that's Devin Mazo with a diving interception in the end zone. Both teams struggling to move the ball after an Imperial punt. Central returns the favor. Imperial's Seth Shaw with the fair catch there on the punt return. Imperial's drive would stall. Central takes over in the second quarter. Rodriguez will give up the middle. Imperial there to shut it down. No gain for Central. Back to the Tiger offense. Reese Vendiola throws to his right, and it's just off the mark there to Jesse Nichols. Central's Jared Martin nearly comes up with a pick. Another hard-fought battle in the Valley, but Central will come away with a 28-7 win. They are now 2-0 in the IVL and look to catch Brawley next week, who will be on a bye. Spartans also won 3 straight.
All right, to Warren Field on Thursday night is the Brawley Wildcats looking for their 7th straight win and a stronghold on the IVL title as they welcomed Imperial Valley rival Calexico. Opening drive of the game after the Calexico fumbled kickoff. Brawley inside the 10, and quarterback Ethan Gutierrez takes it in himself, and just like that, 7-0 Cats. After a Calexico punt, Brawley on the move again, this time Gutierrez around the left side and gets inside the 5-yard line. Next play, Isaiah Young off the right tackle, finding pay dirt. Brawley up 13-0 late in the first. They'd mix the extra point, and the band rocking on in the stands. Next Calexico possession, David Esquer rolls right, throws over the middle, but he's picked off by Matthew Moreno, who returns it to the Bulldog 2-yard line. And Isaiah Young is going to clean it up. His second touchdown of the night, 20-0. The student body loving it. So we go to the early second quarter. After the Bulldogs punt again, Gutierrez throws it deep down the near sideline to McKay Washington, and he does the rest. 50-yard score. Brawley rolling like a choo-choo train. Calexico had a hard time getting anything going. Senior Ernesto Sanchez shows off his moves with this long run. One of the few bright spots for the Dogs on Thursday night. Brawley comes away and they maul the Bulldogs. 48-7. They're now 3-0. Just like Cole mentioned, they got a bye before the Big Bell game.
All right, well, here are your latest Imperial Valley League standings. You can see, as we just mentioned, Brawley 3-0 in the league. Central 2-0 now, and those other teams now trying to catch up to those two. Looks like
it's going to come down to the Bell game.
That's huge. No better game for that to come down to than that one, Rob. Huge coming up next week.
Absolutely. You got to wait 2 weeks for that one, though. All right, the Imperial Valley highlights are now in the books, but just wait. We got more coming up.
We still have 4 Yuma area clashes to bring you, including Gila Ridge's latest tough test, right after this.
Saturday, October 23rd, Bridget's Gift Western Dance and Barbecue is back at Kokopah Casino. It's Yuma's favorite charity event, featuring Gary Allen, with special guests Coffey Anderson, Bobby McClendon, Tanner Gomes, and more. Tickets are available at CokopahResort.com and Boot Barn. Don't miss it. Bridget's Gift Western Dance and Barbecue, Saturday, October 23rd at Kokopah Casino.
Did you call me a racial slur or not?
I don't have to answer the question.
Bruh, isn't that why we're here though, Dr. Phil?
You go on and talk, and when you're done, shut up and I'll talk.
Did you call her a racial slur?
It is not wrong to say something that is true. She said, hit me, James, hit me, hit me, hit me. That's obviously a ghetto thing.
At what point are you okay to hit a woman?
You don't pop a woman until she pops you.
New Dr. Phil.
Imperial Valley Auto says sell us your car. With the recent shortage of new and used vehicle inventories due to the worldwide semiconductor chip shortage, your car is worth more money than ever. We can actually pay more than you paid for your car. In many cases, whether you buy from us or not. Visit ivauto.com to schedule your free appraisal and sell your car today. Great prices, great selection, great service, and great people who care about you. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Auto.
Boost and Cricket charge more for unlimited 5G. Metro doesn't. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Just $25 a month gets you unlimited 5G and a free 5G smartphone. That's half the price for one line of unlimited 5G smartphone data. Plus a free Samsung Galaxy 5G when you switch and trade in. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with 5G. Only at Metro.
The FDA granting full approval.
Now that the Pfizer COVID vaccine is approved in the U.S., does it change anything in the desert Southwest? YRMC speaks out about what the significance is locally and what they're planning to do about patients currently in the ICU.
All the patients in the ICU are not vaccinated, and all the deaths we have seen in the last 90 days are again in non-vaccinated.
And if the vaccine is helping those in their care.
This portion of News 11 at 10 is sponsored by Papasan Rice Bowl.
You're watching Friday Night Lights, home of football from across the desert Southwest.
Welcome back, everyone. The Cibola Raiders have become the best hope for this season amongst the Yuma Union high school programs that have struggled for the most part.
The Golden Black are starting to pick up some midseason momentum, winners of their last 2 after struggling out the gate.
Yeah, much of the Raiders' potential success for the rest of their schedule could hinge on the play of quarterback Andre Acosta and wide receiver Isaiah Areola. The Golden Black return to Raider Field coming fresh off a bye, getting a tough section test against the Tolleson Wolverines. First drive of the game, and it's the Wolverines quarterback Isaac Madrigal with a dump pass over the middle to Demarion Postel, and the junior 6'4" does the rest, spins out of trouble and takes it down the sideline, 46-yard touchdown, 7-0 Tolleson. Cibola looking to answer. Andre Acosta rolls to his left to find wide out Isaiah Areola, makes a nice move, scampers down the sideline to gain the 30. Moments later, Acosta tosses right hand and finds Adrian Molina for the score. Cibola missed the extra point and they trail 7-6. Tolleson's next drive from their own 35, they give to Xavier Marshall, takes off the right end and finds some daylight. He is gone. 65 yards for the score. Wolverines up 14-6. End of the first quarter. Raiders down 21-6 now. Costa swing pass out to Tevin Miller. And the junior tailback has a lot of real estate in front of him. First down Raiders. The start of the second quarter. Acosta rolls to his left, finds the big fella, Alonso Quintero. And Quintero makes a nice move and smashes his way to the goal line for the 21-yard touchdown. Signals there. Cibolo down 21-12, but they would go on to lose this one big, 56-19. Not a Gila Ridge. Jessica Slaughter coming off her first career win as a head coach, leading the Hawks versus a tough Northwest Christian squad on homecoming night. First play from scrimmage for Northwest Christian turns into a big play. Kyler Thurston gets the edge, takes it all the way inside the Gila Ridge 25-yard line. And then just 3 plays later, they call Thruston's number again. He gets the edge. He's going to bounce outside here and walk into the end zone for the touchdown for the first score of the game. After a blocked punt for a touchdown and another Crusaders score, the Hawks down 21-0, looking to gain ground, and Leonardo Valencia rifles a pass to Jonathan Noriega for the first down and more, cuts back inside for a big first down, and he signals that for the home crowd. But the drive would eventually come to an end here. Here's Valencia trying to find space, and then he takes a huge hit out of bounds. The flag comes in, and he would stay down injured. And that would give way to backup quarterback Richard Bean, and it didn't get any better for the Hawks, though. Bean rolls out. He's going to try to find some space here, tries to get to the sideline, and it's picked off by Northwest Christian's Cole Martin, and that would be the story of the night for Gila Ridge, who trailed 35-0 at halftime and goes on to fall 42-7.
In our final YUHST highlight of the night, the Kofa Kings trying to end their super long losing drought, playing host to Canyon View. So we picked this thing up. The first drive of the game for Canyon View, 3rd and long, senior quarterback Anthony Pina is going to fire it to his running back, Trey Guerra, who takes it upfield for 20 yards, but he's met by Kings junior safety Vittorio Medina. Kofa forces a 4th down. The Jags would go for it, however, on 4th and 8. Pina is going to roll out to his right, but he can't get the pass off to Guerra. Kofa defense with a nice turnover to start the game. First offensive possession for the Kings. 3rd down, handed off to running back Ashton Garola, who's down in the end zone. Jaguars defense comes up with a safety. Canyon View puts Kofa down 2-0. Jags on the following possession. They make Kofa pay. Pina fires it off to sophomore wideout Santino Varvel, who takes it in for a 35-yard touchdown. The Jags would go on to run away with this one, taking Kofa down 56-0. Yikes.
Yikes.
Here's where Kofa's losing streak stands. This is historic for the Kings, comparable to what we once saw with San Luis just a few years back. The Sidewinders, before closing as a program, when they closed in 2013, they closed with 56 consecutive losses. Kofa on that path. And so Coach Carl Pope trying to right the ship, but right now the ship is sinking.
Hopefully they can find some answers for that there. But still to come on Friday Night Lights, the Antelope Rams are on the inside track of clinching a potential 2A playoff spot. Could they keep that momentum going tonight?
And we still have your FNL scoreboard, helmet props, and of course your latest Jack in a Box play of the week right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on KYMA.
When your day starts, start informed.
Thanks for joining us on this beautiful morning.
Wake up with Sunrise.
Thanks for waking up with us. In crime news this morning,
a suspect has been formally charged.
The most important happenings throughout the desert Southwest.
In this week's Take a Look at the Bright Side.
And all the fun to get your day going on the right foot.
We'll see next.
Sunrise, every weekday at 6 a.m. on News 11.
At Nationwide Vision, you can get 2 pairs of eyeglasses for just $99.99, including no-line bifocals. Call 1-800-EYECARE or visit nationwidevision.com. Taking care of Arizona's eyes for 35 years. Nationwide Vision.
You trust your locally owned Big O Tires with your keys, because we know that they're more than keys. They're how you get by, how you get to work, how you get to your family. When you want the best for your vehicle, trust is key. Now through October 31st, save $100 instantly on select sets of Big O brand tires. Plus get $50 by mail-in rebate on purchases of $500 or more on your Big O credit card. And preserve the life of your tires with a free alignment check. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
We're kicking off our massive Black Friday sale early at More Furniture for Less.
We've got incredible sale pricing store-wide with new stock arriving daily.
Everything has been priced to sell for the holiday season so that you can get the furniture you need for guests, entertaining, and more.
Furniture for every room in your home is on sale, but hurry in for the best selection.
Preview all Black Friday sale specials online at morefurniture.com or visit your local showroom.
The opportunities that we have in Yuma to farm are pretty remarkable.
Yuma loves ag, and ag loves Yuma.
It's beyond a unique place. It's a special place that there's really no other place like it in our country, and not very many places like it around the world.
Cole Johnson finds out how we continue to grow as an ag haven when the rest of the country struggles to keep ag alive.
All that work to get that little coated lettuce seed where it needs to go.
Your world is created by what you focus on. It's never too late to adjust your view. Right now at Nationwide Vision, when you buy one pair of eyeglasses, you will receive a second pair 50% off. Taking care of Arizona's eyes for 35 years. Nationwide Vision.
You're watching Friday Night Lights, home of football from across the desert Southwest.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, the pandemic has hit the whole area hard, especially in the sports scene, especially in prep football, which is what we're here to talk about tonight. But they've really bounced back nicely, as in the Antelope Rams. They've really had a solid season to this point, picking up a couple wins, including last week's telegraph pass blowout of San Pasqual. So right now, Cole, they're rolling like a train at the right time because the playoffs are just around the corner.
Yeah, that's the best time to get hot, Rob. Right at the end of the season, that second half. A lot of the stuff early on doesn't matter so much when you get hot at the end of the year, and this is a team that, you know, their defense sticking to teams. We've seen a lot of highlights, several games we've had in our highlights, picks. Their defense, the line gets to the quarterback, they create pressure, they get picks, and that's really what's been keeping them in this.
Absolutely, and Jonathan Whitley, too, the quarterback. I mean, first-year starter. He's been with the program. He's seen how things roll. That experience, that maturity, I think is going to help them out as well as they continue on. So, Cole, a lot to be excited about if you're a Rams fan.
Yes, for sure. Definitely looking forward to that playoff, but they can't look too far ahead. They still got a few more games to take care of here for the regular season. So in our final highlight of the night, the Antelope Rams seeking their third straight win as they host Madison Highland, hoping to bring some of that fire down from the mountains to the field. And Madison Highland's first possession, quarterback Joseph Luno slings it, and tip drill alert, picked off by Antelope's Keenan Regals. And he takes it inside the Heat's 40-yard line, where the Rams would take over, just like we were talking about with those picks. The Rams with the ball. Jonathan Whitley fires a screen pass to Miguel Carrillo, who takes off inside the 5-yard line, just pushed out of bounds. The Rams go on to score a couple plays later. Now the Heat's next drive. Luno nowhere to go. He's wrapped up by several Antelope defenders for the sack. Couple plays later, Luno again feeling the pressure, and that's Martin Hernandez chasing him down like a cat. Drags him down for a sack at midfield, and it doesn't get any better for Luno. Drops back, launches it deep down the field, and there's Jonathan Whitley standing there in his 6'5" frame to pick it off for the Rams' second interception. On the next drive, though, here's Whitley, who returns the favor back to the Heat. He throws a pick into the hands of a Madison Highland defender, but that wouldn't sting too bad as the Rams take care of business on the defensive side of the ball and win their third straight, 48-6 to final.
That's cool that a turnover doesn't faze them, or a couple of bumps in the road or momentum shifts, because that happens every game. Exactly. And it didn't faze them at all. They move on and take care of business like you just said. All right, we get to our FNL scoreboard. We're going to pace ourselves a little bit through this one. And Cole, let me just say that the marquee matchup lived to its billing. But at the end of the day, Holtville bucks that trend that's happened the last 6 years of, you know, this series going to the visiting team. Well, this time the Homers got it, and they got it convincingly over Vincent Memorial. Holtville triumphs tonight. Yeah, that's huge. It's always nice when we get our marquee matchup lives up to that, like you said. And Holtville, definitely big win for them, coming off of 2 straight losses. The team started 5-0, and they're looking running train on everyone, and then last week that tough loss to Palo Verde, so good to see them bounce back. Now both teams got to hope that Palo Verde loses, because Palo Verde right now has at least a game lead, and Vincent has to play at Palo Verde next week, so they're going to have to kind of shake this one off and really get ready to roll because that is going to be a block rocker next week. In the meantime, Calexico, Cole, they got off to such a great start. You covered them a lot, and then the wheels have started to come off when they face those really, really tough teams. When you play the Centrals, when you play the Imperials, and when you play the Brawleys. They haven't played Imperial yet, but they're going to next week. But so far, oh man, they've really stepped in it.
Yeah, I was hoping, they were going to kind of bounce back. They did have that huge win against Southwest last week. That was impressive. But to see them, take this lumping in Brawley, it's tough to see that, but hopefully they can bounce back from that. Brawley, though, they're
for real.
To handle.
They're for real.
To handle.
Yeah, they're going to be, them and Central, they're on that collision course. It's been that way for the past, 4 or 5 years? And it's, history repeating itself again. Central taking care of business against Imperial. Many thought it'd be a closer game, but Central getting it done, getting off to a fast start. It's paid off for them.
Yeah, they're definitely turning things around. They started off a little shaky. They were playing some really tough teams out of the San Diego area early on in the season. So you started to see those losses rack up, but now they're playing good football.
Absolutely. Well, Northwest Christian takes down Gila Ridge. It's just been a rough year for first-year head coach Jessica Slaughter, but, hopefully a lot of lessons are learned, and they pick up valuable lessons and hopefully get a few wins to close out the year, but it's not looking good because they got tough competition going on. All right, continuing our scoreboard, we'll go a little faster this time, we promise, folks. Kofa, again, takes a tough loss to Canyon View. Still looking for answers. Carl Pope trying to find some, trying to get their team at least one win before the end of the season. Meanwhile, Cibola takes a tough loss to a very talented and big Tolleson team out of Phoenix. A lot of those Phoenix teams are huge. Antelope gets a big win over Madison Highland. Their momentum continues, as we talked about. Southwest just didn't have answers against Palo Verde. Palo Verde is likely going to win the Desert League unless they, manage to lose the last 2 games, which is possible, but they've had a lot of momentum, and they beat a Calexico team that got off to a strong start early in the season as well.
Yes, for sure. That game next week with Vincent Memorial is going to be a huge one. But now, wrapping up on our final batch of results here, Calipatria taking the tough shutout there, losing 27-0 to Mountain Empire. Yuma taking another tough loss to Carl Hayden there, 48-14. And then Yuma Catholic, Rob, a huge win on the road at River Valley.
Absolutely. This could mean 2 playoff games at home for YC in the first 2 rounds, so that can move them up into the top 4 seeding in the 3A bracket. So this is a huge win over a highly ranked opponent. Congratulations to YC.
Well, rounding out tonight, we come to the part of the show where Rob and myself give our helmet props to the players, position groups, or even teams that stood out from the rest. Rob, who's getting yours?
I'm going back to YC, the signal caller for the Rocks. Got that critical victory, and Richard Stallworth threw 300 yards, a little bit more than that, and 3 touchdown passes. His efforts were just enough to get the Rocks past River Valley tonight, again with that 3-point victory. Congratulations there, Richard.
And as for me, Rob, I'm going to go with the signal caller for the Brawley Wildcats from last night, Ethan Gutierrez, with a big night, totaling 5 touchdowns, 3 on the ground and 2 through the air, one of them being that 50-yard bomb to McKay Washington that we saw in the highlights. So congrats to Gutierrez, leading the Wildcats to their 7th straight win. Well, here's our first look at week number 10 of Friday Night Lights. We have a septuplet of contests, all headlined by our special Thursday night clash and our marquee matchup between Central and Southwest for the El Centro City Championship. We invite you to join us for next week's episode. We look forward to seeing you then.
All right, we leave you tonight with our latest Jack in the Box play of the week. This one comes from tonight's marquee matchup game as Spencer Hilfiker finds Roger Rolfe right in your living room, making the catch for the first score of tonight's game, and the points would pile up later on, but this certainly was pivotal. Nice play by Rolfe, right in front of everyone, eating their popcorn and enjoying FNL.
Yeah, great play there. Hilfiker making some space for himself, and he finds the open guy. Definitely a good play to round out our night tonight.
It's a great way to cap things off. Folks, you have a great night. We'll see you for week 10.